Always tidy up after a photo shoot, because you cannot hit the ground running, centre. You cannot hit the ground running when you want to start work again. Welcome back, all you Zsters out there. The new Nikon Z9 is in development as we speak, and there's been new leaks that have been released over on Daily Camera News, and I'm going to go through them with you folks. But I'm also going to let you guys know that Adobe have eventually updated Lightroom, and now it supports tethering for the Z6 II and the Z7 II, which is absolutely fantastic news. We've been waiting so long for that. And now you also have the functionality of using Live View, which is great also. But if you're not a big fan of Lightroom or Adobe, Nikon have released their very own NX Studio, a free bit of software, which is actually really, really good. So we're going to go through all that in this video. So yes, Adobe have eventually updated Lightroom to support tethering for the Nikon Z6 II and the Z7. It's about time. I've been really disappointed with the slow progress of getting this type of update in Lightroom, considering we pay a subscription and it's a professional package and a lot of people use it. It's really disappointing that it's took this long for them to update it to allow us Z6 II and Z7 users to tether to Lightroom. So, but eventually it's there. I'm happy that it's there, and I'm going to give that a good go and give it a good run through. It just means now, obviously, once we're shooting tethered, our cameras are now being charged as we're shooting in the studio, if we're shooting products and such like. So I'm really happy that is eventually there. But if you're not a big fan, like I said in the intro, of the Adobe Cloud Creative Package, then Nikon have released their own NX Studio software, and it's a great bit of kit. I've got to say, there's a lot of elements within this package, within this software, that have been taken from other bits of software, and they've made a really good job of it. It's actually quite a powerful little tool. So if you haven't already downloaded it, I would highly recommend go and download it, because this could be your replacement for Lightroom. It's very powerful. It's actually nice and easy to use, and the tools that it has built into it are very, very good. And using that in conjunction with Capture Pro, it works flawlessly. So you can shoot tethered, and obviously all the files and folders come to there. You can obviously store them, you can rate them, obviously you can do the grades to them, the colour grades to them, touching up. Fantastic little bit of free software, so head over and check that out. If you're not a Nikon shooter, unfortunately, point is getting it, because it's only for Nikon shooters, so specifically for the NEF RAW files. So highly recommend go and download that and check that out. So the new Nikon Z6 rumours, what are they? Well, we're going to dive into those now, but before we get started, I'm just going to put it out there that I think that although the Z9 is in development, I know they've announced it, I still think they're going to be releasing another camera with the Z9. I think a lot of this amazing technology that hopefully they're going to be packing into the Z9, that they're going to be kind of transferring a little bit of that over into maybe a Z8. I really do believe that. So we'll run through some of the specifications that have came up. Like I say, this is over on the Daily Camera News. You can go and check that out. So these are the leaked rumours. These are the newly developed high-resolution stacked FX sensor. Possibly could be using the Sony's 50 megapixel sensor, probably with an even better performance, which that's probably the case, because in the past, in the DSLRs that they've used the Sony sensors in, they have done something with those sensors to really boost the performance of those sensors and made those sensors even better. So that could well be a Sony sensor from the A1, possibly. Integrated vertical grip handle, which we knew about. All of the flagship models all have that, and the Z9 is expected to release in the fall of 2020. We also knew that. Still, no official plans for the Nikon Z8 yet, but I still say that they will be releasing, if not before, to give us a bit of a tease for the Z9, or around about the same time. I think they'll be releasing another camera body. I really do. I'm not a betting man. I don't really bet, but if I was to bet, I think that is going to happen. The Z9s will be tested out in the Tokyo Olympics. That's the prototype, so I kind of knew that as well. The Z9 is described as a D6 body, combined with EOS R5 imaging, A9 II AF and Blackout 3 AVF, so it'll be a phenomenal camera. I'm super excited, I really am. Nikon confirmed that the Z9 will be better than the D6. Now that is a massive statement, as it is, because the D6 is a phenomenal camera. So was the D5, so was the D4. These were their flagship models. Absolutely brilliant camera, so that's a really bold statement. 20 frames a second, multi-shot mode, 16-bit RAW option. Now that would be phenomenal. That kind of bit depth would just be unbelievable. 8K 30, 4K 120, 60 and 30. Again, it's going to be an all-round camera. New X-Speed processor designed for 8K with a newly developed imaging pipeline processor to broaden sensor readout, emphasizing speed. So this is going to zip through everything. There's going to be no issues. It's a no holds barred camera, no excuse camera. This is going to do everything, and it's going to be everything you'll probably ever need in a camera. Most cameras are now, to be honest, but this is just getting better and better and better. 2 XQD CFX Type B memory card slots. Obviously everybody wants the 2 slots. ISO 64 to 25,600 with a high 1 and high 2. Improved noise levels and specifically significantly better dynamic range, which will be brilliant. High resolution with blackout free AVF, probably around about 5.7 megapixel or maybe even a 9 megapixel viewfinder, 120 Hz refresh rate. The resolution can be reduced to increase the refresh rate also, so obviously you can have the option to reduce that up and down. Yeah, new user interface, batteries, new LCD screen, the battery, the D6. Price between $6,000 and $7,000. Well, we kind of knew that was going to be the ballpark figure for this camera, with it being the flagship camera. There tends to be that type of price range. So that's the leaked specifications. I'm excited, really excited to see this camera, and I'm excited to see what more developments are made coming down the line. And I still see there's going to be another camera released with this. I am really excited. So that kind of rounds it up for this video, folks. But if you are interested in the Studio NX, Nikon's NX Studio rather, I would download that because it is a really good bit of software, and I don't think you'll be disappointed, especially if you are a Nikon user. If you're not a Nikon user, you will more likely be disappointed because you'll not be able to use it. That's just fact. So download it if you are a Nikon user. So there you go, folks. If this video has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And with all that being said and out the way, I will see you folks in the next one. See you then.